Hi guys, hope you are doing well and having a good time. We are back again with another video, and this time it's a very interesting topic, which is
we are going to compare the work culture between India and Canada.
so guys, definitely it's been almost 1 year now that we both have been working. Gagan had slide in between some gap, but yeah, so we thought why not to make a video and share with you guys what's the difference between the work culture of India and Canada. So let's quickly move and share those points with you.
Point number one is number of hours. The number of hours in Canada are at least 8 hours of work, and people are very professional here. They finish their work within 8 hours, they try taking less breaks, and they just leave for their homes after 8 hours are done. You might find on very rare occasions that you are supposed to work overtime depending on if you have a deadline or if your work requires it. Otherwise, it's strictly 8 hours.
And guys, the day starts here usually at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. Unlike in India, it used to be very commonly at 9 or 10 o'clock. My office used to start at 10 o'clock in India. What about your girl?
It was 10 o'clock.
And now, what about here?
I start my day at 7 o'clock.
My day starts usually at 8 o'clock with the meetings and early morning sprint calls, and after that, it goes till 5 or 4, depends. Alright, the point number two is salary. Here in Canada, we usually get our salary payments bi-weekly and in some of the cases weekly.
So the weekly payments are in the case of the contractors, and the bi-weekly payments are generally for the full-time jobs.
As compared to in India, everyone used to get their salary after end of the month. So here it's a good feeling that we get salary twice a month, which is better and bad part as well because there are a lot of expenses. So it's good to have salary 2 times in a month.
Yeah, and this helps you to manage your expenses. It's not like that you have to wait for a complete month in order to get money and then spend it. So this is a good thing.
So you can start planning your shopping within 2 weeks. So yeah.
The next point is the notice period. In Canada, the notice period is usually 2 weeks, as compared to India, where the notice period is at least 2 months, and in my case, it was 3 months.
Yeah, I know. Some of the companies in India have started, increasing the notice period to 3 months, and it's really, really hard to change jobs in India because of that. But anyways, here it's like not in months for sure, and it totally depends on the company and the contract which you have signed. But what about the contractual jobs, Gagan? What is the notice period in contractual jobs?
In contractual jobs, the notice period is also 2 weeks. So if the employer has to give you notice, they will be giving you to it for 2 weeks and vice versa.
So in permanent contractor, there's no difference. The usual notice period is 2 weeks. The next point is hierarchy. So in India, we used to see that usually people of older age, they are at the top of hierarchy as compared to the young people, they are at the lower part of the hierarchy. And here in Canada, it totally depends on your experience and your skills. And so you can get some instance here where you can see a older person is reporting to a young person as his manager or something like that. So it's totally normal here.
Yeah, for example, in my organization, I am a senior compliance specialist. So another person with me, he's very old and he is at the same designation. So you don't need to be surprised here. So the next point is breaks. In India, usually we used to have a lunch break, a tea break, a snack break, and sometimes a breakfast break if you want to have your breakfast. So in Canada, it's not like that. You have limited number of breaks. Usually it's 30 minutes of lunch break and 2 15 minutes of break if you want to have coffee or tea or your me time break, you can say. So that is the reason that people work dedicatedly and continuously for other 7 hours, and they finish their work and leave for home in time.
My God, I miss this a lot because we used to, like, we bunch of friends and we used to hang out during that 1 hour lunch break, and I really miss here in Canada. And you know what, Gagan, in my office, there's a culture of eating your lunch at your own desk. Because people would like to finish their work and have lunch and not waste their time, go to a canteen or cafeteria or maybe food court and have their lunch. And that culture is pretty normal here in my office, particularly. And in contrast to that, in my office in India, like, they never used to allow food to go inside the cubicle where people are actually working. So yeah, that's a huge difference. Next point is volunteering and CSR activities. In Canada, a lot of importance and weightage is given to the volunteer services which you have done and the CSR activities which most of the organizations tell their employees to actively participate. So, volunteer service, even in your resume, it holds a very big importance.
This is because if you are a deserving candidate and there is one more candidate who deserves the job as you, so if you have volunteering experience in your resume, then you are going to get that job for sure.
So that is how the volunteer service is important. I remember in my office, like every month, there is an email which is sent out to everyone for the CSR activities, and you know what, Gagan, in 1 year we need to attend at least two of those CSR activities. That is like mandatory by the organization, and it's counted in the goal as well.
And trust me, you are going to enjoy this a lot.
Yeah.
Because you get to socialize with so many people, and networking is so important in Canada that you get to know people through the volunteering services, and you never know that tomorrow if you need them, so you can directly give them a call or meet them on a coffee, and that will help you a lot. Next point is doing multiple jobs. Because in Canada you have 8 hours of work and you can start your work as early as 7 o'clock. So you can do even two jobs in one day. So say your day starts at 7 and you finish your job at 3. And if you want to do a part-time job for some 2-3 hours, you are free to do that. But before doing that, you make sure that there is no conflict of interest as per the contract with the organization, and you are free to do the part-time job. And even if you don't want to do it on the weekdays, it is hectic for you, you can go for a part-time job on the weekends, and you can also pursue your interest, which will help you a lot in the long run.
Yeah, like, this culture is really common here. I've seen people who drive Uber during the weekends and they have normal, 9 to 5 job during the weekdays. And some people also work in the evenings as well. So it's pretty common here, and that is good for you as well, so that you can take care of your finances.
Yeah, you can do skip the dishes, you can do Uber Eats, and you can even work at maybe Sephora, Shoppers Drug Mart, or whatever you want to do, you are free to do that. So this is a good thing that you can work more than 8 hours.
Next point is types of job. So guys, in India, there used to be permanent jobs which are very common, but here in Canada, contractual jobs are common as well. So contractual jobs are nothing. It's like one organization hires you and you are working there in a contract. You are not a permanent employee. Though there are some disadvantages of it, but there are advantages as well. So we made a video on that. The link will be in the description if you want to check it out. And that's a big difference, like in a work culture, because people are habitual of doing the permanent job, but when they get a contractual job, they might see some differences.
Yes, I was in a contractual job, and the only difference I found was that I was not eligible to take leaves, and I was not eligible for the company benefits as well. Alright, guys, so this is it from our side. If you have still not subscribed to our channel, please share and subscribe.
And if you have any questions or queries, leave in the comment section below, and we will try to get back on this shortly.
And see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care and
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.